this thing on? Can you hear me? Is anybody out there? Hey, tune in. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the homie Big Hank. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the co-host Big Hank. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. Everybody tune in, you dig it? It's funny as hell, my dude. It's where we can kick it. Everything is going down. They about to do the most. It ain't a confrontation, it's a conversation, homie. Yo.
What it do? What it do? What it do? Hey, this is comedian Roy Anthony. Welcome to the Roy Anthony Show once again. As you know, it's always be like with the world around me and in my makeshift studio while we're putting our main studio together. So we have been working on something. I know we've been saying it, but you know, when we're putting something good together, it takes a little time. And I'm thank you for us, our viewers and people who be paying attention to us from all over the world. Thank you for joining in. We're in the third week of our fifth season. And actually have a documentary. You can go on YouTube and see all of the different past shows and everything. And I always like to straighten up I guess I'm off a little bit. My sports paraphernalia. You know, I'm a Clippers fan and Raiders fan. And when I'm in LA, all my friends, you know, we a lot of Raider fans. But I think it's been only one or two other people I know that we've been true. I'm a true Clippers fan, right? I've been a Clippers fan in the time they drafted Danny Manning. And team times I was disappointed, and then a bright light came when they made Donald Sterling sell it, and Steve Ballmer bought him, and then we got one of the best players in the NBA, Kawhi Leonard, along with Paul George, Reggie Jackson, and now we got John Wall along with Powell and Covington. We doing good and stuff for real. I was waiting for my people to be coming in. I'm Roy Anthony. My co-stars Big Hank, who'll be popping in shortly. He's always making sure things is lined up for the church and everything, and with his family. He'll be popping in, and then Cynthia Joi be popping in. We have special guests like Miss Ramonda Robinson will be popping in from Overland Park, Kansas. Cynthia lives in Colorado Springs, and of course, Big Hank and I are from Long Beach, which I've been coming to Kansas City, Kansas a lot, along with matter of fact, I'm bringing my guests while I'm saying the credits and stuff. Have them waiting in the background. Hey, how you doing, Miss Ramonda?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Just going through the intros and stuff. And how you doing this wonderful day?
I'm blessed.
Okay, that's righteous. You ready for Halloween?
What?
I know. That's what people say. Oh, you ready for Halloween? I'm like, man, I don't even celebrate Halloween.
I'm good with that one.
This was my favorite holiday, you know, because
Right.
I would look at it that I would receive salvation despite what other people think and stuff. You know, the power is inside of you. You know, I always say Ephesians 3:20, to whom can give me exceedingly abundantly more I can ask a thing from the power inside of myself. If I depended on other people, I'm gonna be coming up short big time. But
That's true.
once again, this is I want to give credits out. This is the Roy Anthony Show, fall under the platform of the Woe Entertainment, which was created by Richie King, aka Redneck Pimp, along with the co-creator Goose, and then our social producer, beautiful Miss Blue Phoenix, along with my man Athens, who's, you know, Blue Phoenix is in Springfield, Missouri, and Athens is in Cali, and then our sponsor Matthew Brooks, who's somewhere in Shawnee Mission, Kansas, along with our good neighbors, the VB Nation, that's Backwood Veterans. We had my man wasn't Dean Turney, but I can't. Carl Loomis. He had came in when we talked about child support. They based out of Oregon, Then we have the VRS, which is Veteran Radio Syndicate, which is based around the U.S. And then we have different ones from different countries that be chiming in and leave their quotes and everything. Because some people don't realize is that the Roy Anthony show, it's not just my platform. Like when we make up the page to be seen and everything, some people probably see, go on Facebook and see I have like there's 103 members and stuff. That has nothing to how the World Entertainment. This is shared to countless other platforms. So we're shared a lot. And so some subjects entice people, some people love hearing it from our point of view. Me and Big Hank pride ourselves on being able to show, as you can see, I wear hoodies and chain earring. It does not define me as what sometimes the public creates as a thug. I've seen a lot of thugs here lately in Armani suits. Hmm.
Yes.
They was
Mm-hmm.
wearing Armani suits
Preach.
that took all them people's um, retirement money and everything. Remember Enron? They was all wearing
Yep.
Armani suits and stuff. So
Preach.
you got to get it right. You feel me? But while our guests will be coming in, Cynthia Joy, she came in, and I just want to thank Cynthia Joy because um, this isn't just for us to have a platform. We're really connected, all of us, together, and to right the wrongs that we can do. Now, I've been saying this lately that if we was exploiting sexuality and pornography and this rumor here and rumor there, we probably have a lot of viewers and stuff. But what we try to do is informative and keep it straight. It ain't about popularity or anything because I'm Roy Anthony on my own, and it doesn't define when I'm not doing stand up. Now, mention stand up November the 12th, the Warriors Fest in Cameron, Missouri. 6 comics. It's gonna be Richie
Mhm.
Redneck Pimp. Um, um, my man, I be wanting to say their names correctly. Um, Jeff Onyx, um, Tater, love the Tater. Um, Ricardo, I guess I forget the name, Mr. Um, yeah, I forget his name. Oh my goodness, they're gonna be like, "Hey, give me a hard time," because sometimes I'm only concentrate on myself when it comes to stand comedy. But Roy Anthony definitely gonna be in the house. You understand me? Um, and so I've stated their names before. So matter of fact, we have a flyer that we'll be putting up, but it's gonna be November the 12th, Cameron,
Okay.
Missouri. We got 6 major comics and 2 major bands. And this is a benefit that the World Entertainment out throws once a year. Just brings awareness of how our veterans commit suicide. And sometimes um, just for entertainment and the person knowing why we're here to do that make a person feel good. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and because it's each one reach one. And so sometimes we bring this Warriors Fest is able where we all come together. Now, what I laugh about is that mostly everybody who's going to be there are veterans, but they
Yeah.
accept me because I respect the military and the veterans. I'm concerned more about the military and the veterans than I am about these politicians. I really am.
As it should be.
Yeah, I wish we had more news outlets and talk about who's doing what for the better. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because they fight in situations that we're unaware of. And I never take advantage of the platform of being able to have freedom of speech and be able to say certain things because like we say in our motto of our show is this is not a confrontation, it's a conversation. And Dean's in the house. Hey y'all, what's up, Dean? How you doing? Cynthia Joy and them will be popping up and Big Hank. But we want to get on the subject. When I seen this article and it said that slavery was on the ballot of 5 states to be abolished, to vote a certain way to abolish slavery. I'm like, wait, I was confused, you know, and I was like, slavery, I thought was abolished in 1897. It's really 1894, but it took Texas 3 years, so 1897.
Right.
Now, to my understanding, 1897 to 1997 is 100 years. 97 to 2022 is almost 30 years. So if I'm not mistaken, we're looking at almost 130 some years. Um, Dean said, he said, I've actually learned a lot from the show simply because it's a conversation, not a confrontation. Exactly. And anybody, if they want to come on, because me and Big Hank, we don't believe in hate and discrimination. You know, we believe in, fair now. If you sometimes we get comments that are derogatory. And we so one time this guy was, he was saying white power, and we was like, hey, got love for you. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe all people are good because God said everything I made is good. It's the demons that we got to control. It's those demons that make a person want to hate another person and everything. These are demons. They come to kill, steal, and destroy. Now, some people like, oh, well, I believe in God. I'm not one of those Christian holy rollers. I believe in the simplicity of God as a spirit, and they that worship him worship him in the spirit and in truth. I believe in the salvation through his son, Jesus Christ. That's my belief. I never press it upon others. I could never tell somebody, oh, you're going to hell. Like I just got a golden ticket to the Willy Wonka chocolate factory. Yeah, I got the candy bar. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It mystifies me, and that's why. And I have so much. Um, I have a deep problem with the deep state of the black churches sometimes, because over 100 years you have been collecting money, and yet we have no business set up. So somebody will say, "Oh, well, that's based upon your home." No, it says to store up to have warehouses. It wasn't just warehouses to store food, store up some warehouses that we can work at. You know, it. He said to God told him to store it up so my people can have bread and meat. How can you have bread and meat? The word of God says, if a man don't work, he don't eat.
Right.
I don't want you to say, Lord, bless his brother to have a job when I done came to you saying, hey, man, I'm without. Well, we're going to pray for you while we head to churches. So I have a problem with that because with my belief in God, it's blessing me. And the more he blesses me, the more I'm trying to bless others. That's why I feel like when God took me, y'all, I don't read my Bible as much like everybody probably do. I read it where it meant something to me, where it said, love the Lord your God with your heart, soul, and mind, all your strength, and love your neighbors as you love yourself.
Right.
You cover all the sins. He ain't tell me this, you need to wear a suit all the time to go to church. He ain't measure me from my clothes, or my skin complexion, or all my teeth is there, or if they missing. He judges me by my heart.
He
It's
said,
not
come as you are.
heart. If I seen somebody about to die out there, I'm not gonna say, oh, that's a white guy, and blow my hand at him. No, my instincts is automatically go and help.
Right.
Look, the other day I'm headed over to my brothers in Kansas City, Missouri. And there was an elderly white lady on the sidewalk, on the ground. And I looked over, and I'm driving down the street. I didn't find it funny or nothing. I stopped my car, and I said, ma'am, are you all right? I was getting out there. She said, oh, no, I'm fine, baby. I'm sitting down like this so I can trim my rose bushes. I said, okay, I just want to make sure you didn't fall. I didn't know her.
Right. Right.
And I was saying ma'am to her, not because of no slavery aspect, but I'm gonna respect my elders. She looked like she could have been George Washington's sisters. She really was that old looking. But I'm not about all that,
I'm not either.
Dean said, I can believe in a high power and keep my money in my pocket. God don't need my money. That part right there. But I would say, if you find somebody you can help with, sometimes we depend on subsidiaries and stuff to sometimes, if we was to call someone and say, hey, you need something. Sometimes pride, because there was times I went hungry because I couldn't ask nobody, hey, I'm Roy Anthony is hungry.
But a closed mouth never gets fed, though.
There it is. And that's why I didn't get fed. But then there's Miss Meal cramps after that second day. My mom said, you better say something.
Right?
You better
Oh,
say
I feel
something.
you. I
Now, the
feel
thing
you.
why I'm bringing up about the slavery part is because if anyone recalls, it's really not in the part of slavery as per se as what we know from getting beat with um uh, uh lash or something like that.
Hmm.
Public Enemy said it. This is a modern day slavery where they send you to prison for almost anything and make you do manual labor
Hmm.
and pay you like 30 cents an hour a day, 30 cents for that day. I read a comment by somebody. They said, well, at least they getting shelter and stuff like that. Okay, when that person said that they getting shelter and food, okay, this is some 45, 50-year-old loser like former President Donald Trump living under your mama's basement, and you don't have a life. You don't see a future. You don't get out anyway. Some people say, well, if they shouldn't have been criminals. Well,
They're not always in there for criminal
no.
activity. There are a
An
lot of people
attorney
in
told
there
me one
falsely
time,
accused and stuff.
I'm sorry, say it again, Miss Ramon.
I'm sorry. I said there are a lot of people that is in our prison that's incarcerated for things they didn't do, for wrongful imprisonment
Look,
would be what
you
we
could
say.
go to jail for debt. He said debt is slavery.
You
Let me
sure
tell you
can.
something. Let somebody say you can't pay this or something like that. That judge is ready to throw you in jail
Right.
and telling you should think of a matter. Now, what is jail going to do? From time they send you to prison for child support. They automatically give you 180 days.
Hmm.
Oh, you think you're going to sit in there 180 days? They're going to make you do some work.
Right.
They're going to make you build them little barns you see that sell that Home Depot and Menards. No one asks where these barns are sold. When you see them tough denim jeans and shirts with no name brand on it, those are made in the prison, license plates and stuff. But it's beyond that now. Then y'all see the Shawshank Redemption. He was doing people's taxes.
Yeah.
It,
A
it,
lot of
it's
them do.
and so this is a form now. So then you say, well, I ain't gonna go rob nobody money. Well, they send you to prison for lack of child support. You can't pay your medical bills. They sent the woman to jail for 5 years, the sister for 5 years. Remember these famous people? I forgot her name, who cheated to get their kids into colleges.
Hmm. Yes.
Now
Right.
they didn't think they was gonna get caught. I think one was named Lindsay Long. Well, I forget her name. I don't want to quote someone's name wrong.
Yeah.
Um, um, she got 6 months and cried and only did 3. The one black lady down there in the South changed the address so her son can have a better school. They gave her 5 years. They just arrested some
See.
people in Florida because they thought that they're off parole and probation, and Governor DeSantis going to do this campaign thing. And it was they arrested like 14 people, called themselves voter fraud, and 12 of them was blacks. And they was like, what we getting arrested for? Then they found out it was a big scam because the judges didn't even say this is no case. Even the police didn't know. See, when you play with people's lives, because of your own self gratification or whatever, or trying to look a certain way, they constantly saying, oh, crime is being lifted. Guess what? Most of the crime is the food, the oil. Why we constantly going over there trying to get some oil and we got so much resources here that lasts us 100 years?
Because they want to tap into it here, and I don't
Yeah.
know why. Why?
We was talking about the credit. I'm glad Dean said something about that credit. Let me tell you something. We was talking about the credit cards. He said a lot of
Hmm.
furniture is made in prison. Furniture. couches and stuff. But we sit up here, so how can you get it? So you got private sanctions, not the state owned or the federal owned. You, me, Dean Cerner, Big Hank, Cynthia can put our money together and open up our own private prison and require the state, once they prove that, we crowded in, well, we need 80% capacity so we can be able to make a profit. This is how they're saying. And we're unions. So it sounds like a slave trade to me. When you can have a private prison, private owned, and tell the state we want 80% capacity. So they have made a prison that holds up to 2,500 people. 80% of 2,500 people is almost like 21, 22, or let's say 2,100 people to be in this, to make up this. So nobody's doing felonies and stuff. Well, we're going to throw them in jail for parking tickets. We're going to throw them in jail for lack of child support. We're going to throw them in that they didn't pay their taxes last year. All this and stuff over and over. If you ain't a high profile person, you're going to get caught up in it. Let someone, I seen a dude who was headed to college in pros. I probably know about the black guy. And this, his girlfriend who he had broke up with her claimed he raped, some woman said she raped him. So he's all in prison for 5 years over accusations to find out he didn't do it.
So he loses everything in the interim because someone lied.
Think about it. Look, man, how many times you can look, how many countless times of people we done had this podcast over and over about how many people been in prison and they get been in there and they free. They didn't do the crime. They've been exonerated. I seen one guy, they proved that he was totally innocent. And the prosecutor said, well, we need to just make sure. And they let him in for another year, knowing he's free, and he still kept his same job, getting paid 30 cents a day. This is a form of, now people are probably saying, what's he talking about? I'm going to share this screen. Let me share this with everyone. I'm going to bring this screen up because when it came up to me, I'm like, now check this out. Let me bring this up. This is what caught my attention. Slavery is on the ballot for voters in these 5 states.
Well, 5 states.
All over everywhere. More than 150 years after slaves were freed in the U.S., voters in 5 states will soon decide whether to close loopholes that led to proliferation of a different form of slavery, forced labor by people convicted of certain crimes.
What?
That's what it say. None of the proposals will force immediate changes inside the state's prisons, though they could lead to legal challenges related to how they use prison labor, a lasting imprint of slavery's legacy on the entire United States. Now, I want to show this. Now. And please, people, I want everybody to look into it for yourself. Wait a minute, there's Cynthia came in the house. Big Hank is in the house.
Hey, hi, family. My sugar foots, how y'all doing?
I was doing. Hey, I was just showing them. You've probably seen the article I was just showing, right?
Yeah, about the prison. What's going on?
Well, it's on the ballot for 5 states about abolishing slavery.
About abolishing slavery?
Yes. Now, these are through the states.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I thought slavery been abolished.
Oh, no, this is another type of slavery.
I need to let me bring this back up again. So,
I'm like, what? Wait a minute now.
Oh, well, I closed it down. So I'm telling everybody if you look on, just Google slavery on the ballot.
I heard about it.
On the ballots is for the vote, November the 8th, or I guess nationally they voting for governors and everything, right? Well, the prisons, if those who've been in prison, whatever, they make them do work stuff. Now, if you're not a hardcore criminal like a serial killer or rapist and all that, but one of those ones that we know that you ain't no real criminal, so we gonna make you do this work, which I found out I knew that they make them build those little tool sheds that you see at Walmart and in Home Depot and all that. They built those. They also built the no-name brand jeans and work shirts and stuff. Then I found out that they do furniture, and a whole bunch of stuff. Dean's been with us, y'all. Thank you, Dean, for coming in.
Hey, Dean.
Yeah. Look, we just had about how they put you in prison for child support. They put you in prison now for a first DUI. It's 6 months for a DUI. They put you in prison for if you have medical problems and you can't insurance, they did fraud. They put this one woman in prison for 5 years for changing the address so her baby can go to a different school district. When these actresses and professionals pay and bribe the admission people at these colleges to get them in and stuff, the lady did 3-6 months, whatever. I like Martha Stewart myself. Martha Stewart did 6 months, 30, 40 million. I agree with that. Yeah. She said, I'll do my 6 months.
She came out a thug.
Yeah. Forfeit this 40 million or do 6 months. She said, boy, you crazy. I'm gonna do this 6 months.
Where I get my ramen noodles at? Where I get my ramen noodles
came out a thug. She was hard. She came.
Hey, look here. CBS picked her up in a limousine when she got out.
Come on, man. I ain't telling on nobody. That's what she said. I ain't telling on nobody.
Yeah, right. They wanted her to forfeit because she gave some insider tips.
Yeah, no, I can't give up my insider tips.
Yeah, she didn't fight it or nothing. She said, yeah, I did it. 40 million, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do these 6 months. I keep saying if I do it, they're gonna throw a little thing in there. Well, Mr. Murder, you ain't gonna come out for about 2-3 years. Hey, I'm gonna do it. The whole cell house will be partying while I'm in there. You getting 10K and you getting 10K. You're gonna have some domino tournaments. We're gonna have some karaoke. The guards
you're gonna set up a whole party system.
Right. For real. They be
hold on. Can I be in prison with Roy Anthony? Because I heard he be keeping it down.
We're gonna be lit up in there. We'll be paying to come in there and entertain.
And they got the police bringing in weed and everything in there. You got it crack.
We sitting up there drinking and everything. They said, I be telling the guard, hey, officer, rapidly, how's your family doing? You get the funds? Okay.
Yeah, did you get that little shipment? Did you get that little shipment I sent you?
Inside business.
And be like, hey, when they gonna be here? When the naked dance? Yeah, when they gonna be here? Oh, you got them coming? Okay, I make sure that the gate once they come in, make sure the gate. We don't want nobody from the outside imposing into what we doing up in here. But so I dug in deeper about the slavery stuff. Well, slavery was abolished by federal, not by state. Just like cannabis is legal in some states, but isn't legal federal. Now, who gets caught up in the gray areas of this? The minorities. Because they send you to prison for child support. They send you for so many different things. Dean just said that he said, let me show this. He said, the way I understand it is working in prison is a privilege and they do make money for working. It's not like a sweatshop. Working also helps pass the time instead of just sitting there. Well, 30 cents a day. They tell you they pay them, but they ain't paying you what you think. You're not getting no minimum wage.
No, not at all. Nowhere near close to that. I was in there, man. I've been to prison and I worked on the PIA yard, which is the top notch where you can get you $1 an hour or maybe $1.50, $1.75 an hour. And them niggas is balling. Niggas is getting $1.50, $1.75 an hour. They're up in there balling, man. They having a day. You understand what I'm saying? So they not paying you no kind of, that's nothing. That ain't nothing. I think the highest number in the pen is $2. The highest number.
He got paid by the day. He didn't get paid by the hour. I heard that one homie said he got $1.05 a day, and then at the every at the end of the month they can go to the commissary and it show that he had $30-something, and then
Okay.
you
It's something like that, but I think it's different. PIA, I think it's $1 an hour or something like that. Cause you sewing the shirts for the pen, you sewing the pants for the pen, yeah, shit like that. So,
and look, and so someone like Dean said, instead of just sitting there, well, I don't want to even be sitting in there.
No, not at all.
Nothing like,
but,
okay,
but they call it. But they call them pay numbers like, oh, nigga, you got $100 pay number because niggas get $100. They might get $100 a month. You know what I mean? You go in there, spend. That's the highest pay number you can get when you get up in the penitentiary, man. At least statewide. I don't know about Fed. I never did no Fed time. But I did some state time.
What about what they getting down there in Mississippi?
I don't know. I don't know. I think they getting 25 cents. I think they get less.
A day, and like working the railroads and those streets and stuff like that, pounding rocks and all that. Now, some parties said, I read comments. What you saying, Cynthia? I'm sorry.
Nothing. I said that's crazy. You hear that, kids? Y'all better do right. Don't go to jail.
But sometimes what attorney told me, it's not a crime until you caught.
That's right. Oh, that's real. That's real.
It's not. So then. I'm looking at the exploitations. I was looking at Governor DeSantis down there in Florida. They did a sting to arrest 14 people that was casting their vote early. And these people didn't intentionally go. Let me check this out. The state told these 14 people, your rights is given back to you, you can vote. But the governor office didn't get that form and had all 14 of these people arrested at the ballots. It was all on. What you arresting me for? Have me going in jail. Guess what? The judge said, wait, had to tell him, man, I don't know what circus you trying to pull here. This ain't even part of our court circuit. The police didn't even know how to arrest somebody for this. What you mean? And so then the state, look who he used. 12 of the 14 were blacks. Because everybody knows that if you have until you off probation or parole, you cannot vote. So if we arrest you and put a case on you because our country, a state to the public, you are innocent until proven guilty. But that's not been the case for none of us.
Until you prove yourself innocent.
You're guilty until proven innocent.
All the time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In anything you do. Anything.
Yeah, California, and you can check it out anybody. So I'm working for this firm and I have to do a background check because I got to work around the schools. Me and this other person had a slight altercation. So when the police came in, they wrote it up almost like a mild assault. But I knew it was going to get thrown out, right? Well, when I went to go get my records checked to let them know I ain't no pervert and all this stuff. My company, because he said, yeah, Roy, you cleared and stuff, but we want to ask you about this pending assault case. I said, what? It was already showing pending. It says pending, assault. I said, I've not even been to court. It was a DA reject anyway because it was I was defending myself. But they put on, so it showed on when they did my background check, make sure I can clear for schools. They said I could work around the kids, but control your temper with the adults. That's what they told me. They know kids are safe with me, but some knuckle dude come talking that stuff. Well, I got the right to defend myself. They threw an assault on me. But it was only a week, and I did my thing, and the lady said, "Oh, it says pending." So isn't that me being found guilty until I have to prove my innocence?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it's supposed to be.
Integrity. They tried to miss, huh? What'd you say?
That's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Oh, I run the risk because the lucky ones.
Supposed to be able to prove yourself. You're supposed to already be not innocent. Yeah, right. And you're supposed to still come in there and prove your innocence.
But that's not how it's set up.
Dean said something. He said cops only have to get lucky once. You got to be lucky every day if you're committing crimes. Look, I just told everybody, if any crime I'm gonna do would be a march to school. That's an inside trader's tip. Because sometimes they think, because this is something me and Big Hank has been working on, I ain't going to bring it up, but they think that when they see us, we just brazen. We just go in there and here's Dirty Harry. You want to be bad punk? Come on, man. We ain't always just brazen, just walk in the store and do it like, Bonnie and Clyde and Jesse James walk in the bank and like, hey, stuff. They think we can't think. If you cheat on your taxes, that's a crime. Mm-hmm. If you claim something that is not something you got, you trying to get a tax write-off, that is a crime.
Yeah, they call it blue collar.
White collar.
White collar, yeah, white collar. White collar, yeah.
These are crimes.
Right.
Just like who would think that if you was on probation, the state sends you a probation paper saying you are given your rights and you go to vote and now they feeling you arrested because you aren't supposed to vote because you're on parole. You got to prove to them, hey man, I was given my freedom. Mm-hmm. See, every time you get
really giving your freedom
line, it's that feeling of when you get to the finish line, they move it up. Oh, you didn't finish yet. Mm-hmm.
But that was considered systematic slavery because we are all a part of that. In everything that in every aspect of what we do, we are already prejudged on not on our merits, but prejudged when we come into this world. We this color, we at a disadvantage. When you have a young man, he's already a threat. Absolutely. The only threat my child will ever need will be because of the knowledge, not the color of his skin, because he's smart. But that's a problem. And it's really a problem when it comes to educated Black women. Well, and I deal with this every day. So it's that systematic slavery that they keep us in.
But guess what?
Yeah, that's facts. But at the end of the day, that's why I just bring us right back to the point of just doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do. And that's why it's important for us to make sure these kids the foundation from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Because
I'm so glad y'all talking like this. I'm so glad. You know,
and I agree with you, Cynthia. But we, true story. So I moved from where I was, and I talked to Roy. I moved from where I was to move into a better school district. Well, one of my friends, who is the opposite color of us, her son was having problems at the school he was at, being bullied and everything. So she was like, hey, she goes, since our sons are friends and stuff, she said, if I give you custody by, temporary guardianship custody, can you enroll him where you at so then they can go to school together?
Yeah.
Cool, no problem. I reached out to the school district. How do we do this? Get all the necessary paperwork. Do you know when it came time, the lady at the front desk said that she goes, oh, I didn't even know you was in the school district. We've been here for 3 years. And she goes, well, how can you afford to live over here? Don't worry about that. I'm not doing anything illegal, but don't worry about how I can afford to live over here.
You should have been like, what are you working over here for?
I wouldn't even want to deal with her because number one, it ain't your business. I'm going to laugh at you because you're mad. You're mad because you see me. Now, let me give you a real reason to be mad. See the happiness in me while I'm in this district? You ain't got to know I'm here, but I'm here. Like, it ain't your business how I got here, but I'm here. So now I'm going to make you mad while I look like I look and give you this paperwork and do what you got to do, boo, and get them in here. So,
But see, some people, they are built up on lies.
Yeah.
This America has been built on lies. You cannot make America great again until we get down to the truth.
We wasn't ever great.
That's what I'm going to ask you. It wasn't ever 100%. Not for us anyway.
But see, the thing
I'm
is,
talking about as a whole, right? As a
I'm glad. Yeah, I'm saying as a whole.
Black, white, like, we all human. So when has it ever been great? So
this is why I'm coming to this subject, Cynthia.
Like it was never great.
We are on sometimes problems. Check this out. Okay, I'm glad y'all was talking like that. Let's talk about with the Black.
We got them ready.
Yeah,
I know
I've been, I was
he's ready. Let's
listening,
go. Come on,
and I'm
come
doing
on.
real good. Big Hank can tell you, I've been listening. I practice on that
That's why
because that
Big
was
Hank
class of mine.
he don't pay you no attention.
Kudos
Yes,
to
I did.
you.
I was
Hey,
listening before
I'm
I was
surprised
saying.
y'all still on. I'm surprised y'all still on the show here. Black,
He didn't
you
bloop bloop.
gone and you gone, you gone
I'm
and
like,
you
wait a minute,
gone.
what happened?
You still over there talking like, damn, I ain't even on the radio. I ain't on the station no more.
Wait a minute,
That's
Dean got
so
me
foul.
laughing. He
That's
thought
so
it was an
foul.
altercation, not a conversation.
That's my nigga. That's my
Hey,
that
but
nigga
look
like, oh,
here.
you don't know,
I'm glad
you don't
y'all
know who show this is? Let me show you right now whose damn show this is, right?
some people have tried to bully me, you understand me? And I just said, hey, I'm not gonna confront you.
Oh, you don't know who show this is, huh? You don't
Yeah,
know who
you
show this
know,
You know
but you know, I
today,
got
bloop.
respect for all
You
of them.
don't know
I
the
even invite them
day.
if they ever want to come in and stuff, you know. I'm glad these ladies was talking like that. You
Yes.
know, about us blacks, because I'm gonna tell you what I didn't bring up the video. Okay, so there was this black lawyer. This just happened a week ago. He's in a different state. Now, anybody know if you're a lawyer and you want to do something in another state, you got to file the certain papers to be able to practice law at that state as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's this white sheriff that was on, and he's bragging to the guy about how he done killed 13 blacks and shot this one black 119 times. But he's the captain of the police
What?
down there in Mississippi.
Mm.
Okay, so the black lawyer that know, like, man, you know what? So he files his proper paperwork to become an attorney down there to bring charges to this captain of the police, who's
Okay.
actually taped saying that he bragged about how he killed 13 blacks and shot this one black dude 119 times. He bragging over overkill. Okay.
Right.
Now, the lawyer goes down there to file the paperwork. The community center has they you would think that they're going to build around this lawyer, you know what I'm saying, but he had more resistance from the black neighbors who was saying, well, he's good to us. The lawyer even called him Uncle Toms. He said, I had to face all these Uncle Toms, which was a community of them, to get past them to finally file the charges. Now, it shocked him that here he was bringing the charge, but them people like, no, Captain just been good to us.
Because we don't want him to kill our kids. Shit, we don't want him to kill us. That's what they saying, though. I can
Gonna be
understand. They
strange
like
fruit
shit.
hanging from a tree.
See, this is where you go to church. Only one I fear is God. Heaven is for me. But soon as oh no, who's your God? Who you scared of? The Lord is my strength and my salvation. Whom shall I be afraid? The Lord is my light. Whom shall I fear? When the wicked socialize with my enemies and foes to raise up and eat of my flesh, they stumble and they fall. Who you scared of? The brother, he's by himself. And when and face him, the man's facing the case. We got something in Kansas City, Kansas. Dude, throughout the 80s and 90s, been killing black women and then putting it on the black guys, and they've been in prison. So the one guy whose mother was relentless, he was in there for 23 years, saying, hey, the detective was even forcing her to have sex with him with fake stuff, right? Look, the guy, because I was going to share him on TikTok, but not yet, because I'm trying to see if I can have him come on. He's going to, I'm getting where I can have a talk with him. He went to the courts here in the state of Kansas. They filed charges against him. But the judge, who had been known for so many years, felt that his sickness was getting to him, so they let him go home to be able to wait out until this case. The Fed said, they came and got him. Nah, because you done killed over 20-something women. And so they even got an expose at ABC News where it's saying police who take their power into authorities for private stuff for real. Look, he was helping the dope dealers who sided with him to mess up the other dope dealers, but was killing black women and putting it on black dudes who's in prison, and they got to exonerate all these black guys because they've been doing prison time while this guy's one killing and then throwing cases on someone. You can look it up in Kansas City, Kansas. He was one of the captain of the police. But wait a minute. What got me though is that the black lawyer who went to charge the white captain down there, he was on the phone bragging it. He said, yeah, I killed 13 of them nigger.
Yeah.
Shot one 119 times. And he told him, you know who you're talking to. Like, eh? So he filed down there. He found it was the black community that was like, oh no, the captain, they had all these testimonies. The black lawyer called me, said, all these Uncle Toms. He had a video. I said, good Lord. The whole community center. He called them all Uncle Toms. Because they was like, oh, the sheriff been good to us. Every Thanksgiving, he give us a turkey.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hell, Nino Brown gave everybody turkeys in the community and doesn't mean he was good.
Well, wait a minute. How many times we want to sing that same song? We shall overcome.
Hey, but about this sheriff, man, be not deceived. Yeah, Galatians 6:7. Yeah. Be not deceived, for God is not mocked. For whatsoever man soweth, that's what he gonna reap. Yeah, he gonna get it.
And there's some sitting up there, you know, if you ever read the story of George Wallace, he was one of the most, he was very, very racist. And
horrific. He was horrific.
One of his own shot him, he was paralyzed. And he came into the church, to the black church. And them people forgave, because we're a forgiving group.
That's what we do.
We will forgive you because we try to be in line with God. And it's not just us. Some of my white neighbors, because Dean is like, man, what the, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But look here. It was a community of blacks who was speaking up for the sheriff who done killed 13 and bragged about he shot one dude 119 times.
That's ridiculous.
If you ever seen the movie of The Gauntlet with Clint Eastwood, they didn't shoot that bus 119 times.
Yeah, he had pumped a lot of fear in them people out there, man. It had to be.
That's what it is.
Had to be.
That's what it is. See, when we make up, I was watching, I see something, and sometimes it's the media, but you know, and they try to, you know, it's so unmeasured. We make up 13.5% of the population, yet they make it seem like we're the most dangerous ones. You can't sometimes blame some of the white neighbors if you think like, hey, you know, you better lock your doors around some dudes who's walking by. You may get carjacked.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking
it don't have to be by black.
It's our country in general, because like even in this class I'm taking with school, I'm taking a criminal justice class and I'm taking this women's study class. This criminal justice class was just talking about how police officers do more in our community just because it's a poor neighborhood. You know what I mean? And they were taught, and part of their decree or whatever, to look out for people that look like us. So this stuff was taught from the community from the beginning, from slave times, and it just ain't left. And like Ramonda was saying, it's systematic. It's just a repeated circle. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because see, the thing is that how I've heard people say, I was listening to some of these people like Marjorie Green and stuff, and when they had to face the stuff that they said, they hurry up and go against it. I'm like, man, you recorded for saying this. Those who didn't believe in the President Joe Biden, former President Trump knew that he lost the election. But he started this chaos. Now, it wasn't him. Like I tell everybody, all people are good. God is not to be mocked. You just said it, Big Hank. It's the demons that these people don't fight against. The Holy Spirit that lets you fight these demons. God said everything I made is good. At one time, he repented for making man. His words do not come down to the ground and return to him void. It's like rain that makes the flowers and grass grow. We got to adhere to it. Sometimes we lean to our own thoughts. We're slain to our own mentality.
Right.
And stuff. I hear all this stuff. People will use people like Governor DeSantis. You will never get my vote when you use other human beings to try to make yourself look better. You could have did something way better. But I should have seen you out there helping people go through the hurricane that you just went through. But yet you want to arrest people who you said is voting fraud. Come on, man. They can have all that. Ain't nobody trying to go to no Senate. I'm trying to work with the military and the veterans, those who know how to fight. Listening to Lindsey Graham and all that stuff I don't even like listening to some of these leaders because they have us doing the same stuff over and over. We shall over. Man, I ain't going back to no 1958. You going, Big Hank? You going to that visual?
What visual?
We shall overcome. You holding the one candle with the aluminum foil at the bottom.
I don't do a lot of visuals, man. I don't do a lot of that.
And for God, who people believe in? Somebody said, well, they shouldn't do crime. They wouldn't go to prison. Man, I seen a lady. Oh, y'all should have seen this video. The dude's an old guy, and he don't have a cane, so he used a golf club. The lady should be fired and everything. Blatant just lied. She's been recorded. This man's at the corner. It shows where she drove from. He's at the corner, and she said, "Sir, I need you to put the golf club down." He said, "For what?" Then she said, "You swinging it at me."
What?
Yeah, it's all on there for real. They calling for her to be fired, which you need to be fired. You're using your authority. This man's minding his business. He uses for 30 years. He used a golf club as a cane. And so some people think like, hey, and I've told some of my neighbors, they have not experienced where police be just camped out on your neighborhood and you coming out your house and they stopping you talking about where you going. What?
Right.
Man, I don't have to answer you. Guess what? Now I have a problem. You know, for real. And we talking about modern day slavery. Some people go to jail. The same people say, hey, you ain't go to jail. You better find out if you're doing everything right. Them people went to the Capitol insurrection. Have you noticed how they crying like a boy? Which I think they all should get accessory to murder. If somebody died, let somebody die, and they see my association with Big Hank, and he ain't had nothing to do with it, and I'm around somebody, and this person killed somebody. Guess what? They're arresting Big Hank. They're arresting because of association with me. Now so now you're facing cases, and now you trying to play Lindsay on the court. You didn't where it's the same energy when you went up there and doodled all on the walls. You were saying fuck America. That's what you did. You going to the Capitol. I can see if you going in there and you had a people march, because Muslims wouldn't have did that. I'm not a Muslim, but I would listen to Farrakhan. I listen to him sometimes. They wouldn't have came in and they would have been marching. I mean, they turned and all that stuff. I went in there wearing like y'all was going to a football game. I saw a dude wearing bison horns on his head. Who would think to doodle on the what mind if this ain't the demons for you to go in and doodle on someone's walls and stuff, and you still want America to show you love? You worse than the gorillas at the zoo. The gorillas at the zoo will look at you and doodle in their hand and try to throw it at you. That's why they got the plexiglasses up. I'm supposed to take you seriously and you sit up here doodling on the wall?
That's where they got it from.
Yeah. That those
animals.
Animals. You know, I don't believe in the Big Bang Theory and and the fish grew up because why ain't there more fish?
No.
You should see a fish have. If I lived by the ocean for years, I ain't seen a fish come up and start sprouting legs and nothing.
No, start walk. Did he one walk up to you yet?
No, the sun had killed him. He got out that ocean and was there only about 2 hours. That sun had him all like this, screaming up. I don't see no legs coming out.
No legs. Now one.
It'd be a fish with a human head, like help me.
Now one two-legged fish, none of that. Not a half a head fish, none of that shit.
Not even a mermaid.
Not even a mermaid. No, yeah, she ain't even down there.
I wish I did see a mermaid.
Man, shit. I'll be diving in if it's a mermaid down there. I'm going in. I'm going swimming.
I'm gonna ask you, do they grant wishes? Oh, you don't? Well, I ain't need nothing to do with you.
Mermaids don't grant wishes.
I don't have nothing to do with it.
It's not
I'm gonna go get me some of that mermaid though. I'm gonna get me some of that. Let me get some of that mermaid.
Play all day.
Let me get some mermaid. I ain't never had no mermaid. I want some.
You know what? I can't.
Oh my stomach.
I ain't never had no mermaid, nigga. I want some mermaid. Nigga.
Yeah, I eat sardines. That's about it.
I'm gonna eat some mermaid though. That's what I am gonna eat some mermaid.
Jesus, I'll be like, Big Hank, you gonna change up like a bug. I'm like, see them stuff is growing up, gills gonna be growing out your head. I'm like, Big Hank.
How come Big Hank be going to the ocean all the time now? He just go to the ocean all the time now. That nigga's going to get me some mermaids.
Up and down, now your eyes is blinking this way.
Sprung on the mermaid.
I tell people, man, you know, okay. People can listen to all this philosophy. I mean, like, you know what? I want to teach everybody something. You know why? You know why as humans, I want to cherish the world. This is something. You know why?
I like
human anatomy. You know why our butt cheeks are made going up and down instead of sideways?
I can't take them.
No, it's anatomy. I want people to understand this. They listen to everything else. I want them to understand.
Well, why, sir? Why?
It's made up and down instead of sideways.
Why?
Because every time you want to wipe your butt, it sounds like this.
I can't with you. For real.
Close your laptop.
See, I don't even know why you even asked. You should just ignore the whole thing.
All these other crazy philosophies and stuff. Say, hey, I concentrate on why your butt cheeks is made up and down instead of not sideways.
Oh my gosh.
I'm over here thinking about a merman, and he over here
ain't got the mermaids.
I said a merman.
She got a merman now. She just got her own.
She got her own merman.
Nigga got on the suit. They got on some. He got on some Dickies and some and some Nike Cortez in that moment. Merman
with his scales. Yeah.
He said, so we don't vibrate going down the slide.
He's about as bad as you. Dean's comments about as bad as you.
You heard him. He said, you know, mermaids kill sailors, right? They be thinking, they like, come to me, and you be sitting up there next to you know you strangled to death.
They strong? They strong like that? I didn't know they were strong.
Have you ever noticed TV always make the most dangerous of things look all innocent, like Harry the Hippo? Hippopotamus is one of the most man-killing animals out there. They will kill you instantly.
I think you showed your age though, because we don't know Harry the Hippo. Who is that?
Yeah, but like you talking about a mermaid. I don't want a mermaid. They think that you think you ignoring like the Little Mermaid and stuff. They dangerous.
Was Harry Hippo on the New Zoo review?
Huh?
Was Harry Hippo on the New Zoo review?
I think so.
I think he was one of them.
You know what? I'm gonna bring up something that they need to check. I'm against it. Is Romper Room? They never called my name.
Oh, really? Your name?
I've waited for Roy. It's an obvious name.
Mine never got called either. Nigga, mine never got called.
Mine didn't either.
Never said, Hank, Hank, come here, Hank. We want to say a song for you. No, I never got one of those.
Right.
Remember the lady looked through the door and she said, I see Timmy and I see Johnny.
Yeah.
She never seen nobody from my neighborhood.
I'm gonna tell you what she never seen was nobody black in that movie either. Wasn't Wasn't no Ray
There was no
Rays, wasn't no Ray Rays, no John, little
no
Johnny.
Shaquans,
Hey,
no
we look,
Shaniquas.
No, none of Taquan, none of that shit.
hey, we didn't see no Louisa,
None of
Laquita,
that. No,
they
not
didn't
one.
see Tony,
No Shaniqua.
no,
None of that.
Like the backyardigans. What's that? When she
no
goes,
Goonies, no none of that. They didn't see none of them.
did you say Doonies?
Yes, we had Doonies in our family. I thought every black family got a Doonie.
A Dooney? Like you said, a Dooney?
Somebody got a Doonie or a little Ray Ray in their family. I'm telling you, there's a little
Everybody got the Ray Rays. Everybody got the Ray Rays, but the Doonies, I ain't too up on the Doonies. I don't know a lot of Doonies. Niggas said little Dooney.
We all got a doodoo.
Oh, see, there you go. Just close.
Well, you got
Oh, well, I mean, I still
Well,
have a childhood nickname that my aunts and uncles still call me. I don't think they know what my name is.
Okay.
Well, we got a Pookie.
But I
We
answer.
got a Pookie. How about that? Everybody got
Pookie. Pookie. Everybody got a Pookie.
Everybody got a Pookie. Look who
See?
Yeah.
Pookie in the house.
Pookie in
You
the
got
house.
who?
Is there Pookie?
Shut up.
I know
What's
it's a
your family
Pookie.
called you? See, somebody in the family got a Pookie, and we actually got a Pookie in the house.
That's your name, Ramonda Sabuki?
Yeah, it's a Buki. Yeah, I have cousins that still call me that.
A Buki or Sabuki?
No, just Buki.
Oh, Buki. Yeah, see, Buki. Yeah, Buki. Everybody got a Buki.
Or something. You be like, hey, where's Ramonda at? We don't have no Ramonda. We got a Pookie. Anybody got
That's a little baby name. Come here, little Buki. Oh, little Buki. Oh, look at little Buki. Oh, little Buki.
I'm too old to be somebody's Buki, but you have elder aunts and uncles, and I don't. I honestly think I have one that she does not know my name, so that's what she calls me, and I'll respond.
I think now, and I was going back on this subject. We ain't gonna stay on too long. We said we're gonna start staying with the hour.
Okay.
And I think we have to look at it seriously because sometimes the media put in some stuff like they said slavery just about being abolished. And I'm like, what you mean it's just not being abolished? But then when I seen that community center speak up against the black dude to try to charge the white captain of the police.
Crazy.
And wait, he's put it on there. I'm gonna show y'all the video too. See, I'm gonna put up the video. It was asked if we can go back on child support again. I said we'll pick up child support 3, but there's more stuff because these are things I want people to understand. And like Cynthia said, listen, young people, there is any way to put you in jail, they will. If you can put you in jail, you will. And in our society, it's best to not be by yourself because you need somebody who's going to be an eyewitness.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Now, one of the things I've been suggesting and I've been pushing on this is a true petition is that I think that a person do catch a case that they should be judged by the peers within 5-mile radius of this person's home. It's not fair to be from South Central and the people judging you lives in Beverly Hills. That's not right.
That's
you
true.
should be measured by those who kind of can understand
where you're coming from. Yeah.
Instead of trying to animalize people who's actually talking to you like they don't understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. Before I get off, I want to say, like Kanye West, people get some funds, him, Candace Owens, and all that. You make it hard, and Big Hank, you said it. God is not to be mocked. You make it hard then for others because all the funds you made, I didn't know that he was so tied into Adidas that they was making over 248 million just with his Yee line. I be looking at how many doors you can open for us instead of your personal little rank.
Right. You ain't reached out and told nobody, you know what I mean, or said nothing, or helped nobody get a job at it. You ain't did none of that.
None of that. You don't speak for me. I knew something was wrong when I saw him wear a Confederate flag jacket. Come on, man.
Come on. He had
in our faces.
He had on the shirt, white people matter, something like that. He just had the shirt on. White lives matter, which they do. That's all good. That's all good.
Never not matter. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want you to stay up here and use Otis Redding soundtrack, and then this is the type of lifestyle you exhibit. Right. When Otis Redding and them was out there, they were trying to bring in real unity. But see, you know, and so guess what though? Our people were going. Some people going to listen to you. Some people going to listen to Jay-Z. You know, I tell people I respect all people. I just can't really give credit to someone who tore up the neighborhood to now try to rebuild it. Right. That's why I've never had really that much love for the basketball player Carmelo Anthony, because when you first came in the NBA, you just want to push that snitches get stitches and all that stuff, and now you ain't about neighborhood coming together. Come on, bro. You know, I don't like hypocrisy stuff. You know, man up with me. If I'm not of your flavor, cool. I go with the people I get along with. But I don't have to get, I don't care how much funds you get, because I ain't met one person who died who was able to take it with them.
Facts.
Like this one lady, her husband died. He had $30-40 million. And he said he wanted all his money to be in the casket with him. So she said, okay, and wrote him a check. You should have no problems cashing this wherever you at.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
that was smart.
I would have woke up out. I'd been like, hold up, wait a minute. I said money. I said money.
Look how his mind was. Look at his heart, Big Hank. He instead of saying, hey, baby, take this money and help the man, he wanted all this money to be put.
That's what his ass get though, because that was kind of selfish. That was kind of selfish. That's what his ass get. That's what his ass get.
Now, put that laid across his chest.
Yeah,
he had no problems cashing this.
Wherever you go,
wherever you go,
up or down, nigga, you should be straight.
I hope Ashley doesn't see this and you decide at the last minute you want all your money going with you. She do the same thing.
Hey, look here. I don't think
she's ruthless.
I already made it. I naked as I came, naked I'm leaving. I'm leaving them something. See, I can't let money consume me. I can't let no material things consume me. I can't let the discrimination of races and all that consume me. God made everything good. It's the demons that make someone think they better than you.
Principalities and powers.
Yeah, we don't deal with flesh and blood. We deal with me and Big Hank. We definitely on a fight with spirits and principalities, evils unaware, evil in high places, low places. So we're dealing with that. The human flesh, God made that. You know what I'm saying? We dealing with these spirits that consume you. Now, sometimes we have to exercise through the flesh to get that spirit to understand. Stop bullshitting. Hey, I'm out of here, man. I'll see y'all next Tuesday. God bless y'all.
Bye. Y'all have a good weekend.
You remind me. Joy, keep doing your exercises, Joy. Keep doing your exercises. Peace out.
What did he say, Big Hank? You told her to keep her exercise up?
Keep doing her exercises, man. Yes, sir.
All right, for sure. God bless you, man. Love you much, bro.
Love you too, Roy.
All right, I'm out.
Hang on. Can you hear me? Is anybody out there? Hey, tune in. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the homie Big Hank.